Hey, Christy Mattoon here from Mind Rewire. I just wanted to show you this. These are not chives, but onion tops that I cut up and just let dry. These have been drying for probably about 2 weeks. They've been sitting up on a shelf. But I want to show you where I'm getting them from and what it looks like. Actually, sorry, Tazzy. Let me grab my scissors. Don't run with scissors. That's what they told us. You know, with all the other lies that they've told us, it actually makes you want to take off running with a pair of scissors and see what happens. Here's my lovely backyard. That's one of the obnoxious birds that lives in my backyard right now. There's some kind of yellow bird. I think they're called kingbirds. Horribly territorial. And they've got a nest of babies up there, so it's even worse. I wanted to knock the nest out of the tree, but I just noticed all the babies have hatched. So we'll leave them alone for a little bit. But every time I come out here, I start getting yelled at. And if my kitty cat's out here, she gets yelled at and pecked. It's pretty bad. Okay, so what I'm doing out here, this is my garden. Welcome to my garden. These are the onion tops that I just cut. Okay, here's one of my onion patches, and there's another one right against that wall. I haven't touched that one yet. So what I am doing, and these ones were planted probably a couple weeks ago, so you can see how much smaller they are than some of these ones. The ones over here that are flowering, these ones, are here from last year. So somehow we missed them from last year. I think we probably missed them because we're usually pretty good about eating them all. But I was watching another YouTube video, and she was saying she comes out and she cuts the tops off of her onions. Leave about 6 inches. The onion underneath will keep growing. In fact, it'll get more energy to the bulb of the onion. So you'll get a nicer onion. And then you take all those tops and you dry them. She said she put them in the blender and pureed them, or made a fine powder out of it, and then she just sprinkles it on top of whatever. That's actually a really cool idea. Although I probably won't puree them. I won't stick them in a blender. I'm just going to chop them up. So literally what I've been doing is coming out and taking a handful of onion and then just snipping it 6 inches above, 6 inches above or so, the plant base. So awesome. This right here was my garlic patch. Most of the garlic's gone. There's still a few left. I'm going to replant that here in probably another month. We'll see. Things out here look like they're going pretty good. This is all potatoes. Ooh, sorry, little pepper plant. My potato patch is amazing. We've got sunflower seeds everywhere, so that's wonderful. Those 2 big plants right there are sunflowers. Peppers aren't doing much. If you live where I do, or in an area like I do, where it's cold most of the time anyway, we're up in the mountains of Utah, and it's been colder at night than normally. It's not getting warm enough for these plants to pop. So, I don't know, we'll see if we get anything on them at all. We'll see. But I've got a bunch of onion tops, and I've actually got a bunch of onion bottoms. You can see where the onions are growing pretty good, like that one right there. That looks pretty good. Take some of these out. People always tell me, you've got a lot of weeds in your garden. No, I've got a lot of nature in my garden. I've got a lot of nature in my garden. I'm trying to take the temple route to gardening and just letting it kind of do its own thing. I mean, you can tell the rest of my yard has. All right, so that was part of what I wanted to show you. The other part of what I want to show you has to do with these. And Mrs. Taz loves these. She's silly. Oops. And is that one? I think that's one, an older one. My lettuces. My arugula's crazy, hot, peppery. I let it go way too long. Way too long. It's okay. We've got squashes, pumpkins, and all kinds of stuff. That's my rhubarb. Rhubarb always goes nuts. But if you come way over here to this side, they're wilty right now, but I'll come back out and pick them this afternoon. There's a bunch of this. And this is a wild spinach that has been here probably for a year and a half. I kept trying to pick it out because it made me angry, because it's a weed, right? It's a weed. You have weeds in your yard. No, it turns out this is wild spinach, so that's awesome. We have all kinds of crazy stuff in this yard. Look at these things. These are the plants that the monarch butterflies love. They are all over the place. Oops. In this yard. It's absolutely amazing. So I'm going to come out and harvest a bunch of the spinach and probably just freeze it. I'll wash them and freeze them. Here's the prickly lettuce. Weren't we taught that was a weed? Nope. Turns out it's a painkiller. That's fantastic to know. Anyway, thought I'd get on and just show you what I'm doing out here today. I've been sick for the past couple of days. I was told I have spike protein poisoning, which means everybody that I work around, or somebody that I'm working around who has their jabs, is passing off their spike proteins. And because I have a weak immune system anyway, with all my autoimmune junk. This is ginger. You ever seen ginger growing? My cat eats the tops of the plants. Check this out. I started out with 5 ounces in here. Oh, there we go. Isn't that something? I need to put more dirt on top of there. Yeah, so spike protein poisoning. I was told to do the hydrochloroquine. What is it? Hydrochloroquine, ivermectin, and then he gave me an antibiotic because it feels like it's going into pneumonia, which I've had trouble with off and on my whole life, so I'm like, whatever. So I'm back on that regiment of trying to get those spike proteins back out of my system in my messy house. So another one of the reasons I got on here today is because I wanted to talk to you about heart coherence and beyond heart coherence. Somebody actually called me the other day and just flat out asked me, can I put up something that's a step-by-step A through Z kind of thing for free. There's Miss Kitty Cat. Hi, Miss Kitty. Taz. For free on somewhere where they can go and understand how to do all this stuff that I do with people. So heart coherence is interesting because it causes brain coherence. Brain coherence is what most protocols do for you. They'll get you into a coherent brain. Meditation will get you into heart coherence. There's a faster way to do it. I was shown by an angel a super fast way to get heart coherent and then use your system, brain, heart, and gut, so it kind of goes in that order, as a way to clear past traumas and issues. And so that's what I typically have done with people over the years. I mean, it's definitely changed and grown, and it was I want to say it was an angel or a being, a very benevolent being that showed me how to do this one night when I was asking questions. And I got this picture from him and very definite instructions, and it was like, just go try it and see what you can do with it. So I did. That was pretty amazing. Here's my mama aloe plant. I need to get her back inside. So I'm going to be doing that. I'm trying to decide if it's going to be in a Zoom room or just live on YouTube, which I don't typically do much of. And I hadn't anyway, but when I've tried to do it, or last couple of times I've tried to put anything on YouTube, I've gotten in trouble, so my account's been suspended a few times, which is everybody in the world having that issue. And I don't care anymore. Words to say, words not to say. I've been told by Spirit just to leave it alone because there's still people finding information in my old videos that's very usable and very helpful. It's very, I mean, I'm pretty direct. My goal isn't to have clients that stick around forever. My goal is to have people come in who want to learn how to do this and then can take it and teach it to somebody else. I think I'm tired of the old, whatever it was, the old diagram that we got caught up in there for a while was you have a great technique, why don't you patent it or whatever, and then turn it into a course and offer a certificate so you can get more money. So I think that's stupid. So anybody who comes in and does even private sessions with me, my goal is to teach you to start how to use this. So you know how heart coherence work, and then you know how to utilize the system, right? Heart coherence, like heart math idea, is one thing. Heart coherence, what I'm talking about, and I started calling it beyond heart coherence because it is the brain and the gut included. You can't dismiss those two because they also produce neurotransmitters. And they also alter the way you think, feel, and the way the world around you is shaped. So you have to keep those in the mix. So if you watch this video, share it. See how many people we can get interested. And it'll be a free offering. It'll probably take about 3 hours is what I'm guessing. And I'll roll through the whole thing front to back and see if we can't help some of you out, especially with all the crap that's going on right now. Because this is just silliness. The fear that people are caught up in is totally senseless. And I think when everybody understands that, it'll change. It changes the dynamic. So, all right. Anyway, share this along or share it to people who might be interested in learning this. If you already know what I do and it's helped you, it'll probably help somebody else. That typically is the way this works. Like, share, subscribe. What else am I supposed to say? I want to bless you and thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. We are in a very precarious time, and I think if you keep your eyes open and look for the light, you're going to see the light. It's pretty amazing, actually. All right, bless.